Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. The case that I'm going to be looking into today is the case of Tricia McCauley. Once more, it is crimes at Christmas, so this happened around Christmas time, which I don't know when I'm going to release this video, to be quite honest, but Christmas is only around the corner. It's a couple of days away. Despite the subjects I'm talking about, on a personal note, I genuinely hope you guys have a really good Christmas and stay safe throughout it all, because these stories just are so sad and so awful, especially around a time where it's supposed to be full of happiness and joy and family. So yeah, I hope you guys have a lovely and safe Christmas. But yeah, let's get back to the case. Tricia McCauley was born on the 25th of February in 1970 in West Sussex in England, and then she later moved to Washington, which is where she would then live for the next 30 years. She was an actress, a yoga instructor, she had her own business, she did herbal products, she had a degree in herbal medicine, and she was just such an amazing person. In 1998, she had a debut in the film, so she was a bit of an actress as well, and then she went to star in other roles. One of the best known works of hers is actually the film Step Up and Never Dream the Beginning. And she was just such an inspirational woman. She was so nice and lovely, always very positive, would always give off a really good vibe to those around her. Everyone really enjoyed her company and loved being around her. She was also known in the theatre community too, and so she had a lot of people that knew her and a lot of people that respected her, and was just a very lovely woman. But then we get to the 25th of December, another Christmas Day one, which is just awful. In 2016, Trisha was 46 at this point, and she had planned to go on to her friends for Christmas. And she even did a Facebook message saying I'm on my way. And so they were expecting her, and then she didn't turn up, which was not like her at all, because if she had plans and she hadn't even contacted them to say she couldn't come, which she hadn't, then she should be there, and she wasn't. So there was something odd. Also, it was Christmas Day, seriously. So they go out looking for her friends, her family, they're all out looking for her. They know something strange, they know something weird has gone on, and so they want to find her. But they couldn't. Nobody knew where Trisha was. The next day she was supposed to get on a flight to the West Coast, and she never made that, which just worried everyone all the more. Obviously she was reported to the police, and that next day is when she was reported as critically missing, which is they really feared that she was in real danger and that she needed to be found, and so there were posters put out and everything like that. So police are out looking for her, everyone's out looking for her, and nobody can find her. And then police get this call about this robbery that had happened in this convenience store, and when they check the footage, this white car was seen leaving. The man in it was a photograph was taken of him, which was released to the public, but then he got in this white car, and that white car was actually Trisha's. And so obviously that was reported to the police. She had this distinctive yellow sticker which said plant more plants or something like that, and so they knew it was hers straight away. So he got in it, he drove off, and there was no sign of Trisha anywhere. So they're hoping that the public can really help him out on this. And literally there is a man out who was walking his dog. He knew Trisha. He knew that she was missing. He was following the case closely. And then they released the photo of this man who, they were looking for. And so he's just walking along, just outside looking at this photo. And then he looks up and he sees the car, and he sees the man sat in the car. The reason he noticed him was because his music was turned up super loud. And so, well, it seemed like he wanted to be noticed, really, if you're going to have the music blaring like that, because that's what made him look. And then he realized this was the guy, and he was like, oh my gosh, that's the guy. Apparently he said that he had to go, he wanted to try and get a photo of the man, well, not a photo, he wanted to try and ring the police, of course, to report it, but he also didn't want this man realizing what he was doing, because he could have, very well was dangerous. And so he's trying to act all calm and thingy and try and call the police in the meantime, and this guy was like, you all right, mate? Or whatever he said, I can't remember exactly what he said. And he's like, yeah. So then he eventually drives off up this street, and he rings the police straight away and tells them that he's drove off up this street, and they actually catch him not long after that in I think he was in a convenience store. Don't know if he was trying to rob it again. Not entirely sure. This man was then arrested. He was called Dwayne Johnson. He was 29 years old, and he was arrested initially for like an aggravated burglary, aggravated assault, because they didn't have any evidence as to him like doing anything to Trisha. But then as they finally get the car back, they look inside of the car and they find Trisha's body in the back, like in like the footwell kind of thing, wedged behind the two sort of sets of seats. So he was just driving around with her dead body in the car. And that is just, I was actually shocked when I read that, to be honest. Really awful. Like, what? He even went and robbed a store with her dead body in the back. Honestly, dumbfounded. They did an autopsy on Trisha, and she had blunt force trauma, but I think she actually died from strangulation. He told the police that he actually met her on Christmas Day, that she offered him a lift, and then she offered sexual intercourse with him, which he took. Then he killed her. Oh no, he didn't kill her. He said that she killed herself in the car. So she picks him up, she has sex with him, and then she strangles herself in her own car. Okay, that makes total sense. Not. Nobody believed him. Nobody. She had literally spent her morning making food to help with the Christmas dinner that she was going to with her friends, and she was such a happy, bubbly person, and so yeah, nobody thought it was true. Also, when they took her body for an autopsy, guess what they found? Defensive wounds. She had a broken nose, she had lots of scratches. They also found that her legs were tied and that her underwear had been stripped down, so obviously it wasn't what he was trying to pretend it was. And they also found that he had credit cards and stuff, and he was using them and robbing places while she was in the back, deceased. Now, the annoying thing in this case is that just before, he has a colourful criminal history. And it's all revolving around assault and abuse and aggravated assault and things like that, you know, brutal things. And he was supposed to actually get a GPS ankle bracelet thing fitted, but he didn't turn up. This was days before he actually killed Trisha. So he was supposed to go there, he was supposed to get it fitted, he didn't turn up, and the police didn't do squat about it. And so, yeah, they were just like, we'll leave it till the new year. But that was too late for Trisha at that point, because he killed her. So there have been more tight restrictions, I believe, put in as a result of this. He pled guilty to Trisha's murder, and he was sentenced to 30 years in prison. His defense did try and say that he was suffering from mental health issues and that he had been discharged from a psychiatric unit but didn't have the money to cover his bills, his medical bills. How true that is, don't have a clue. Trisha's family still try to honour her name. They have built like a memorial garden. They have charities and stuff going on to try and raise funds for actors to afford medical care and things like that. So it's really, really beautiful that they are doing that in her name, and that's what her legacy can be. It is so tragic what happened to her. My heart absolutely breaks. She was literally going around to her friends, and then I don't know. I don't even know where we saw her, what happened, but she ended up deceased, and it is heartbreaking. So yeah, but that is the end of the case. Now, if you guys have enjoyed this video, give me a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel for similar content. On a personal note, I genuinely, again, really hope you have a lovely Christmas and holidays after. And please, everybody, just stay safe out there, because it is a cruel, harsh world full of evil people. What can I say? But yeah, that is all I have today on the case of Tricia McCauley. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye.